everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm doing a Q&A video today. So I posted on Instagram asking for any questions that you might have about anything and that I might answer it in my next Q&A. So I'm just going to go through some of the questions and answer as many as I can. I am so sorry if I mispronounce your username. It's Demiraptis. What's the most embarrassing thing you've done in public? I'm pretty embarrassing. I trip over all the time. One time I actually broke my shoe tripping over, so that was embarrassing. What else? Actually, one of the most embarrassing things I've done in public, it was so funny though, is the sort of like sole of my shoe on like the heel part had sort of like worn away. So there was like this little metal piece sticking out. I know I need to get another pair of them. And I sort of like, I was at a meeting and I stuck into the carpet. I was stuck in the carpet with like the little metal piece of my shoe wrapped around little carpet strands. So I was like, oh, and like I nearly tripped forward but I was still being pulled back. So that was pretty embarrassing. Emma Zing asks, what are your top 5 cities to visit anywhere in the world? Okay, this is a good one. So I'm going to choose 2 of them for the US. One being LA, Los Angeles, just because I feel like they have such a good food culture there. They have so many lovely cafes and vegan places. I would just love to go there and experience that, as well as like the shopping, amazing shopping and awesome prices. And then for the other one in the US, I would like to see New York City, just because I think it's a really cool place. I'd actually like to work there one day as a journalist or something. I think it would be a really nice atmosphere and just, yeah, really awesome to live in such a large city. I would also really like to see Paris in France, Florence in Italy, and also London in England. Robin Alana asks, what is your favorite drink in spring/summertime? And I would have to say probably mineral water. I drink a lot of mineral water just because it's so refreshing and it's carbonated, but without the sugar of like a soft drink. And I really like Coke. It's pretty bad, but I'm in love with Coca-Cola. I have an addiction to Coke Zero, which is the worst one because although there's no sugar, there's a whole heap of like chemicals in there. And yeah, just Coke in general. I actually have one of the limited edition Coke cans here. This is the full Coke, so I don't really drink full Coke that often, but this is so cute. They have a whole bunch of different colors and the pink is definitely my favorite. Morgan Rodwell asking the hard questions. Where can you see yourself in 2 years time? I guess not that hard. It's just, you have to think ahead. 2 years time, that's a really good question. I mean, I'm all for living in the moment, and although I do work towards like my future and stuff, I still really like to, yeah, live in the moment and not worry too much about the future. But I probably see myself doing some journalism job, also maybe something in social media, probably still doing blogging, and yeah. She also asks, do you live with your parents? No, I don't. I moved out when I was 16. I'm now 18, turning 19 at the end of November. So no, I haven't lived with my parents for a few years now. Jesse's Beauty Journal asks, what's your favorite drugstore brand as a whole / favorite high-end brand as a whole? So favorite drugstore brand altogether, I'd probably say Maybelline, just because they have such a large selection of ranges. They keep up with high-end products, so they sort of come out with similar ranges to some of the really high-end brands like Dior and Chanel and MAC. They have really similar products. So they keep up with the trends. They also have really affordable prices, lots of sales, lots of really different colors. They yeah, cater for a lot of people. So I'd say Maybelline for drugstore. For high-end, probably MAC. I love MAC so much, and they have a huge range, so you can never go wrong. Jesse's Beauty Journal also asks, would you ever try to convert to natural, cruelty-free makeup? Yes, I definitely would. I feel like it would be really, really hard, but I can see myself trying that in the future. Amy Lee Beauty asks, what do you want and don't want in a man? This is a weird question. I don't really talk about my dating life, my personal life on YouTube, but if we're speaking in general, I just feel like someone who's loyal and trustworthy, and yeah, is just there for you and supports you no matter what. I feel like they are the best qualities, nothing even to do with appearances. It's just if they're there for you emotionally, and they can, just be there for you and support you and be like someone who can raise you up, then that's really important. As for things you don't want someone who's going to use you. You don't want someone who's going to, be rude to you, have a huge ego. They're really big turn-offs. So just someone who's going to, support you and be there for you, and that doesn't have a huge ego or is rude or, mean. I also think any guy who's really good with animals is like amazing, because it says a lot about his character. Sam's Beauty Sparkle asks, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live and why? I sort of briefly mentioned this in an earlier question, that I would like to work in New York, but I don't know if I would like to live there, at least not permanently. But if I were to live anywhere in the world, I think I would stay in Australia. Just because I feel like it's a really lovely country, and you sort of have the perfect mix between city and countryside. So I mean, in Brisbane you can drive 2 hours one direction and you'll be not in the city anymore, which I really like. But I mean, I'd probably move to Sydney or Melbourne but I'd definitely stay in Australia for the long term. Steffi JXX, I love you, girl. She asks, if you could only use 3 hair products for the rest of your life, not including shampoo and conditioner, what 3 would you choose? Example, dry shampoo, leave-in conditioner, certain brand straightener, or hair extension brand. This is a really good question. 3 hair products apart from shampoo and conditioner. I would definitely say dry shampoo, because I use it quite frequently, just because I try not to wash my hair every day. It's just great for refreshing. A heat protectant, definitely, because that's super important. And then of course you need like a heat product if you're using a heat protectant. So I would say a GHD straightener, because you can both curl and straighten your hair with that. Tina Messia _ asks, what advice can you give us for starters who want to lose weight? Tina from Montreal, Canada. Canada, that's a country I didn't mention that I want to visit, but I definitely want to visit Canada. I love anything Canadian, and yeah, I just love Canada. So I will want to visit Canada too. She asks, tips for starting to lose weight. It's really simple and easy, if I'm being honest. It's just eating well and moving your body. We were created to move well. We strive off a plant-based diet, so I would say just trying to cut out animal products would be an amazing first step. I'm not vegan, but I try to eat as vegan as possible. I am vegetarian, so I don't eat meat. But I would say just trying to eat the most natural sort of foods, so lentils, grains, fruit, vegetables, just really wholesome natural ingredients. So that is the biggest thing, because diet is like 70 or 80% of it. And then as well, for the other 20%, just trying to move your body, just trying to go for walks. It doesn't have to be strenuous. It just has to be moving your body and pumping the blood, and it makes you feel really good. So I have a lot of different videos on fitness. I have a whole Jordy's Fitness blog, which maybe you've seen, but I guess you're just asking the first sort of steps. But yeah, just focus on the diet and try and incorporate some exercise. And this is totally a shameless self-promotion, but I do have a heap of books on this sort of stuff. So if you did want to go check them out, they're only $4, and they sort of just like guide you through first starting out, and sort of just like more topical books as well. So you can check them out. I'll link them in the description. So I feel like this video has already gone forever, so I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll talk to you really soon in my next video. Bye everyone.